Saturday in October. A simple name and a complex rivalry. For one side, the Big Orange is just not a color they can sit with, and the other side, Crimson, has them seeing red. Easy to assume everyone here has a lighter in hand, and now we get to see who will use it. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So Tennessee's offense will go on the attack first. Crimson Tide dominated the last time they saw the balls, blowing out Tennessee.
Man, Reese, it was roll tide roll as soon as they got off the bus. David, they were bigger, they were stronger and faster, and it showed up on the scoreboard.
Oh, and Tennessee hasn't forgotten about it. You've had a year to stew on it and do something about it because you had a lot of mistakes a year ago.
The Volunteers come to the line in the hurry-up. Back to pass. Got it behind the line. It's Adams. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Pulls and throws off the RPO. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few. A veritable Crimson Tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Vols will punt this one away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. So Alabama's offense will take the field for the first time. They sure hope that dynamic connection that was on display last week rears its head and wreaks havoc again today, Jesse.
And last week, it didn't matter what the secondary was doing from a coverage standpoint, David, whether it was man, zone, double covered, ISO. These two were simply unstoppable. Huge challenge for the defense today.
Well, maybe they try the triple coverage. I mean, because obviously nothing worked a week ago, but I've got to take his main threat away. Obviously a superstar out wide. Like, I've got to make somebody else beat me. Obviously a great QB wide receiver duo. I'm just not letting that wide receiver get me today.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Breaks the tackle. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And it wasn't lack of effort by the running back. He was trying. You could tell he fought one guy off, but another guy in his face right away, just trying to do something. The offensive line needs to do a better job keeping some guys off his guy. Come on, man. Take care of your running back.
They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. The transition of Alabama quarterbacks over the years has been fascinating, from the dreaded game manager label to playmaker.
To spread it out to Heisman winner. I mean, that's how much this offense has changed and evolved, and they're going to be aggressive, and they're going to...
Looking for the end zone. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Second down coming up. Looking to fire. Finds his tight end. Hard-hitting tackle. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Tries to get it on the ground. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17.
And he gets the first down, and I guess, fourth down just means I'm going for it just about every time in nowadays football.
The thing with analytics, David, is that you have to be brave enough to go against what you've always thought, being sound in the kicking game, kick it and play defense.
Yeah, those days are out the window. Now you've got a card that tells you your percentages of getting on a fourth down and scoring and not kicking field goals, and a whole nother area to monitor in case of coaching.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he runs it in for a score. Touchdown time! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
They get set for the point after. We have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They took it 64 yards right down the field. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. And he's coming out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Catch in the middle, it's Wilson. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain. And the Volunteers hit it quickly to the line.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's Adams. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. Give to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The tide crowd roaring noise down on the Saban field on third down. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. The Vols decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Here comes that Alabama offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Wants to go up top on first down. Rushes on him. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Despite all the bitterness in the Alabama-Auburn rivalry, to many, this game, Alabama-Tennessee, has the richest tradition and carries the most importance.
And you think of some of the legends that have trolled the sidelines in this rivalry, right? Paul Bear Bryant, Johnny Majors, Nick Saban. This has been such a critical game, not just in the SEC, but all across college football as well, David.
Yeah, in 1901, going back that far, this rivalry, the fans absolutely don't like each other. They don't like anything about each other. Every time the other team's playing, they're cheering against them. This game has always meant a lot.
The Tide with the 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. The throw. With the catch, it's Hall. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Quickly to the tight end. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's 2nd down. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Oh, they're after him. He's got it inside the 30. They finally get him on the ground, but that's the kind of play that will carry momentum into the second quarter. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. First play of the period, first down here. They think there's room to run to the right here. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Got enough for the first down and wants more. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, it just seems like everything is working for the offense on this drive. Another nice gain, this time on the ground.
The Crimson Tide rolled to that last first down on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to the run. They'll ride the hot hand. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They want to run it left here. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Alabama! Grab the short
between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
So here is the Tennessee offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Fires to the tight end. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? The Volunteers in the hurry-up. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that.
There he goes! Working their way closer and closer, a third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. And the Vols with a second and short to keep this drive moving. He'll do it himself. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time. Offensively, the defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Nestled just inside that right upright. Now the lead is down to 11.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
And he's going to bring it out. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball.
Oh, he found a space on the right. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
And that's the beauty of this offense and this playmaker at wide receiver. Throw the ball short, but what he does after the catch, he's just got so much speed, so dynamic with the football, and this is why they get it to him short, because he can take it to the house or make a big play on any reception.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? He wants to change this route. Back to pass on second down. Fires toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on third and long. Gonna look downfield again. Fires to the middle. On target to the left. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Alabama comes to the line with first and 10. Handoff from the gun. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The negative play leaves them with second and 12. Back to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. Bought a little time, lets it go. And the throw out to the sideline, good for just a few yards. Alabama with a ton of ground to cover on this third down.
It's a really nice job by the defense staying disciplined there. And the quarterback's trying to get it out on the right side. As soon as he makes the catch, though, down he goes. Really good job with the tackle.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
4th down and 12 is 4-down territory for this offense. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? He'll start this drive going to the air. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
Oh, there might have been trouble if they had knocked him down so quickly. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Working the middle, it's complete. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. To the air on 1st down. Out of the backfield, he's open. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Off-play action on 1st down. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Looking to fire. Punch it out of the air. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Man, you see the wide receiver, he's got to push up field, make it look like he's going deep, but does a really good job sitting down on that curl, catching the ball, and then as soon as you catch that thing on that curl route, get upfield, get positive yards. Nice wrap by that wide receiver.
Well, the ball hasn't hit the ground very often for this guy in this game, right? He's even still, after that incompletion, over 80% throwing, which is key. Because last game he was under 50% on his throws. He went back to work, worked on his fundamentals, and that's really showing up here.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the 2nd half.
He slings it deep to the left. Picked off. That's number 15 on the year.
Boy, and that might be the break this defense needed right before the half. You're down. You need to make a play. They can't score any more points. This one could get out of hand now. You have set your offense up right before the half to maybe close this gap.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Wants to throw on 1st down. Here's a heat. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. On 2nd down, they'll try the field goal to get the points before halftime. And this kicker might be feeling it. He made one earlier, now from 49 yards out. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good. So they get the late field goal right before the half and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. The give to the back. And after that short gain, they'll head to the locker room. It's halftime here. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Just about set to get this second half underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes that Alabama offense. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They'll open the second half with a run. Got the first down and still on his feet. He moves the chains and they'll mark the ball at the 33. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's turning it loose into the middle. He's got it on the outside. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. From the gun, the ground game.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
There he goes. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
What a big-time run for this offense. A physical run, getting down, almost scoring the touchdown.
Yeah, and considering how well they're running it right now, why wouldn't you just hand it off to this guy right here again?
A first down run in the red zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. The Tide is high and rolling as they try to send Rocky Top to rock bottom, and they've built a big lead.
And Alabama's simply been the more physical team in this game, and you're starting to see that exert itself here in the second half. They're pulling away, David. Tennessee's going to have to do something here, keep this thing close.
And the hard part for Tennessee is you've got to stay positive. You've got to believe you can win. This series hasn't always been in their favor, and they kind of know Bama's had their number of late, but they got to stay positive. They got to make something happen on this next drive.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Tennessee ready to go to work the big orange offense on the field. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Right on the money. And they pick up just a few on that completion. And the Volunteers will hustle to the line. From the gun, running back gets to give. He was running through tackles and picked up the 1st down and finally got knocked down.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wondered maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
He's got it on the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And the deep shot was knocked away incomplete, but there is a penalty flag down. Let's get the call. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. The Vols will send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. Takes it on the return. Makes a move. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. And what a drive that was the last time they had it, basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Offense in a bunch formation. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Makes the grab. It's Hall. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Going to swing it on second down. The sweet feet buy a little time. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. And they'll just down it right there. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit...
It's picked off, and that's number 10. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Great place to start for this offense. They'll give it to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. Touchdown, Bama! And the punishment has been extended. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big 12. Colorado is ahead early in Boulder, but that's not exactly Cordell Stewart out there. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 7 over Houston. We'll circle back if anything changes in this interesting Big 12 matchup. Back to you guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. So here is the Tennessee offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a run.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit. He's
got him in the flat. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Big part of the offensive game plan is yards after the catch, but none available there.
I like the idea on offense of trying to spit the ball outside quickly and see if your guy can make something happen in space, but give the defense credit. They rallied to the ball, got him on the ground.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Fakes to grab. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. The give out of the gun. Hard running there.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down.
Breaks into the open. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route running all the way across the field, and the DB just can't stay with him because of his speed, and as a result, they give up a big one.
The Volunteers are flying down the field. From the shotgun, the inside give. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Leaves it with the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the 1st down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets them a 1st at the 29. And the Vols come to the line with a new set of downs. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he picks up the 1st down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. Now inside the 20, 1st and 10 from the 18. They'll give it to him again. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Back to pass. Pocket breaking down. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And this defense, man, they do it again. Like, they've done an unbelievable job of forcing field goals. And another opportunity, backing the offense up, getting the sack, maybe an opportunity to do it.
Touchdown, Volunteers! The offense cashing it in on that drive. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
And they'll try to tack on 2. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab for the 2-point conversion as they cut further into that lead. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21.
Delay of game. Offense.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. On the double. Here we go. Power football with the run. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4.
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear... defense down when the game is almost over.
We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. Final stands in the game, and we'll start with the first down. Looking to throw on first down. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
To the air on second down. Throws to the tight end. Wide open downfield. Oh, there were a few steps there. He was thinking touchdown, but they finally get him down after the big pickup at the 25. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down.
Well, it really just feels like they are trying to make a statement to everybody in college football. They've got a lead, they've got it late, and they are still putting it on this defense. They are still letting it fly. They're airing it out, trying to light up the scoreboard.
Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15. Alabama comes to the line on third and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He gets it all the way down inside the 10. It'll be first and goal from the 8.
Well, this guy hasn't quite put up Heisman numbers in this game, but in a moment where they need him the most, in the fourth quarter, look how strong he is running. Breaking tackles, he's been smart, he still has the ability to cut. He looks like he could play another 4 quarters.
Snagged out of the air. Needed one more turn of the legs to get it in there, and he's denied just inches away from the touchdown. And after that first down gasher, they're close to the end zone. Second and goal coming. Barrels ahead. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
The snap sets up to throw. Trying to bowl his way in. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. From the gun, give on the inside. Finds a crevice and picks up 5 out to the 8. And the Volunteers moving quickly to the line.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again, back on the line of scrimmage.
He's loose down the left side. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Tennessee.
And I love the play call. Oftentimes offensively, you like to throw the football deep down on your own end and take shots because you're anticipating man coverage. So if you get a receiver that can get behind the defense, that has a chance to be a home run type play. And you saw it work out exactly that way right there.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make it.
Oh, he's got some space. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And this situation here on second down is the exact situation this offense wanted to stay out of. You got the lead late in the ball game. You want to get positive yards, keep that clock ticking. Now in this situation, it's interesting. Do they want to...
And they take it in for 6 more points. That one pushes this lead out a little bit more here in the fourth, and now they can smell 8 straight wins. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Troy has opened up a can right now, and based on what we've seen, I'm not sure anything is going to change. They're up by 24 over Texas State. Sun Belt, Fun Belt. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The give to the tailback. Good blocking up front. Great job following it. He's got 6 to the 18. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Vols can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab on the left. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Here comes that Alabama offense. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now, if we could put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
I don't know about the play call there, guys. Third down, they're throwing it behind the line of scrimmage, seeing if this guy can do something once he has it in his hands, but a better job of pursuit and tackling defensively, now setting up fourth.
Hauls it in, the first down and more. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals. And if they can find the end zone here, that might be all she wrote. First and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama! The lead grows, and you can sense they know how important wins are this late here in Week 11. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. Wide receiver going in motion. Off the play fake on first down. Going to throw it over the top of the knee. He's got it on the right. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the wideout. Working the middle. Makes a grab and a nice gain. Gets it to the 35. Looking downfield on first down. Pressure coming. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Second down, they'll go to the air. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Third down, they got to get it to Neptune. He'll have to launch a rocket. Makes the grab. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's incomplete. The long pass on fourth down is to no avail. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Final minute. This game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has to feel great with how they're able to go out, execute, and perform big plays all game long. I think it's sending a statement, too, to future defenses down the road on the schedule. They're going to be tough to contend with.
Yeah, I mean, they got firepower, putting up so many points. This thing is easily over. Now they can just chillax, go back to the locker room, know they're going to get the victory.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on second and short. Wants to go up top. Firing to the right, complete. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Pulls it in. It's Paul. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. Looking for daylight from inside his 20. They stopped the return right there, and that will do it. This one is in the book. So Alabama once again takes the win in this smoking hot rivalry between the Vols and the Crimson Tide, and the party in Tuscaloosa will last well into the night. That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.